have a firefighter recruit fired while still in the fire academy may not be such a big deal. But when Alfred Mayo was dismissed, it shed some light on the fact that here in New London, there hasn't been a black firefighter hired since 1978. And what may be considered a so-called tradition continues. 33-year-old Alfred Mayo was dismissed 2 days before graduating the fire academy.
It's upsetting because I worked hard for the job, and I've earned that job.
As the only black recruit, Mayo says he worked extra hard so he wouldn't be perceived as lazy, but claims he was singled out and reprimanded for having too much enthusiasm.
Not to go first all the time. It could be perceived as cockiness. I was also told my facial expressions were of concern. They were difficult to interpret.
He admits to some problems, though. His grades weren't the best, but they weren't the worst. And he did apologize for giving a video camera the finger in jest.
Involved in another incident of vandalism.
And then there was the incident where his class name was written in wet cement.
Which I denied from day one. I did not do it.
This memo from Fire Chief Ron Sammel outlines concerns, saying it was very probable that recruit Mayo was involved and that we have to question whether or not he will be trustworthy and honest. Mayor Darrell Finizio then sent Mayo this letter saying his employment was rescinded because of concerns regarding attitude and growth.
They didn't give me the opportunity to prove myself.
We did reach out to the mayor and the fire chief, but since we weren't able to speak to either of them, we weren't able to ask questions like how many black people even apply to be firefighters here in the city. We learned from another source, however, that right now there is currently one African American on the force. On the scene in New London, Tina Dittel, News 8.